Hi, I'm Don Carswell here at Dublin Chevy Nissan. We don't want to get back to normal, we want to get better than normal. Our people are working harder than ever to earn your business, whether it's in sales or service. We have plenty of Nissans to choose from, and we'll offer you a great buying experience. And folks, there's never been a better time to get more money for your trade. And remember, Don sells cars well, only at Dublin Chevy Nissan.
Welcome everybody. We're here on a busy Bellevue Avenue. It's a lot different Bellevue Avenue than it was in 1920 when the Chivers house behind us was constructed. Yes, this home behind us is 101 years old, and we're going to have a special ceremony today. You know, you saw signs all over Dublin about a year ago, Save the Chivers house. And First Baptist Church is doing that. Guy Cochran and so many that helped Guy raise the money to get this project started. They've started on the outside with the roof and the windows on the exterior, and now they're trying to raise the money to do the inside. And I've just found out some wonderful information today about the descendants of this house. Mr. O.L. Chivers is the one who built this house back in 1920, but you will not believe who is connected to this house in Dublin. As good as I've known these people, and as long as I've known Gail Yates, I've helped her many years with Helping Hands and different projects. Didn't even know she was connected to this home, so it has a lot of sentimental value, a lot of stories, a lot of memories. I'm going to talk to Miss Gail and her sister in just a few minutes. You see this house right over my shoulder. Such a beautiful home. It was home to the American Red Cross here in Dublin, Lawrence County, which serves about 15 counties in middle Georgia. But this was their headquarters for many years. And they moved out, and First Baptist Church bought this property, bought this house, and they've wanted to do something with it for some time. And finally, a group of men and women in this community got together and pooled their resources, and they have really started this project off well. But prominent Bellevue Avenue, the home of Mr. and Mrs. O.L. Chivers. And during the Depression, tell you what kind of people they were. They opened the doors when people didn't have a home. They opened the doors to teachers in this community so they could come and live with them and have a home and would not live on the streets of Dublin. That tells you what Miss Yates, what Kathleen, and what their descendants were like. And I guess that's why people like Gail Yates have been given all her life, because she was taught at an early age. But we're going to take a commercial break and come back, and I'm going to try to round up Gail and her sister and see if they'll talk with us. And then we're going to let Guy Cochran take the floor in just a few minutes. But y'all stay with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back here live on Bellevue Avenue at the Chivers house, downtown Dublin. Stay with us. The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource. Safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today.
All right, boys, if you want to go to college, you have to clear out another one of these.
What if we told you there was a better way to save for your kids' college than pickle jars? Morris Bank's Savings Builder account and Moolah makes saving for your kids' college easier than ever. All you have to do is connect the account to your debit card, where it automatically rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar, depositing that spare change into a Moolah account, where it will grow into a nice little nest egg for whatever your kids have their sights set on.
Okay, we're here today. I just figured something out, Miss Yates. Tell us who this young lady is.
This is my baby sister, Kathleen.
You know, I did all kind of research on the house, all the construction, and did not put y'all together.
Yeah.
As long as I've known Miss Yates. So
Helping Hand and all that.
Yeah.
You
Well, I've been
were
gone
like
about 50 years.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah, I moved away at, what, 17 or something, or went off to college
Yeah,
at
she
17.
did.
I was going to say you were 3 or 4, but anyway, we'll go with your whatever you want to say.
You're
So-
mighty kind. You're mighty kind.
Okay, tell us, Miss Yates, you start. Tell us y'all's connection with the house.
Well, when my dad decided to retire from the Air Force and Mama's dad was sick, it was a way of coming back home to help take care of my grandfather, and my dad took the Phillips 66 jobber ship, which was later sold to J.B. Birch Oil Company. So we moved into the house so we could look after Granddaddy. And lived here, what, 4 or 5 years?
Or longer.
Yeah,
Till
before
I
we
was-
moved out.
Yeah.
But, and bought a house out on Pine Forest. But we could sit in a wicker swing right there and watch everybody coming through town because this was the main route, you know. And
And if they didn't have a date that night, they'd get out there and act like they were mowing the yard, and boys would just stop right out front. I mean,
I
it was,
can see that.
it was like, and my other sister and Gail, they look very much alike, and they're only, what,
13 months
13 months
apart.
apart. So the boys never knew who they were going out with, whether it was Gail or Susan, you know.
Oh my goodness. Okay, some of you men now, you probably didn't know which one you went out with. Somebody may be watching now and say, I thought I went out with Gail. My
meant to
goodness.
be with Susan, you know, and I said, sorry, next time.
That's a really good memory. So you tell me another good memory.
The whole time we were growing up, even though we moved away, of course, when Mom and Daddy got married, we would come back every summer, and there would be 18 grandchildren here. And all the sisters would bring home everybody in the summertime, and there's a sleeping porch upstairs, and all 18 would sleep on that sleeping porch. And we used to have to walk all the way down to Aunt Angela and Uncle Otis's house. That's what they made us do all day long to get us out of the house, you know.
Or either walk to Stubbs Park, where
Yes.
we went swimming and caught crayfish in the creek there. You know, that was a big deal. So we'd wade down the creek. And
But the best summers that I'll never forget our summers here at 505 Bellevue.
Oh, yeah.
There used to be a fruit stand out there that my grandmother wasn't very happy about, but my granddaddy was a big produce handler. And so my cousins had to sell fruit out there in that fruit stand, you know, tomatoes and watermelons and all that good stuff.
peaches,
Yeah.
oranges, but we had to take it down before Sunday
Yeah.
because she did not want it in her yard on Sunday. That was a no-no.
So you and Gail stood out there and drew the boys to the fruit stand. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, they'd blow the horn, you know, and they'd come riding up in the driveway, and everybody would sit on that wicker porch with the swing and everything, and it was entertainment. It was fun.
So tell me about Bellevue back then. We look at Bellevue now, this hustling, and y'all can hear even while we're talking the log trucks going by and things like that. But tell us about Bellevue back then.
Well, it was a lot quieter. Hey, buddy, good to see you. And
brother.
we, when Grandmama had Josie, who was our cook, and she made the best corn cakes, those flat ones you've ever had. So Granddaddy would blow his horn to let her know he was down the block and to get lunch on the table, you know, because at night we just had sandwiches. But that horn went da-da-da-da, and she'd come pulling up in the driveway, and Grandmama'd have lunch on the table. And so, you know, that was our lifestyle. And he'd come home, and he always had a cigar box where he kept all his money. And that cigar box would go up to his room, you know, and then to the bank, and then back down. And as he got older and he couldn't drive or anything, he would just walk all the way down to 5 Points and where he worked. That was his business. He had to go every day. Well, Grandmama had a pink Plymouth, and she'd come down that driveway, and James, she didn't stop.
It was a big car, wasn't it?
Yeah, and she didn't stop. She had her glasses and her little gloves on, and boy, down there,
And
and
if anybody was coming, too bad for them.
I was about to say, you better get out of the way. So
better watch out.
it's a good thing it was
Yeah.
a different day, not as much
it
traffic.
was.
Not like
What-
it is now.
Let me ask you one last thing, and we're going back to get started here. But when you went off to college, did you realize what you had here when you left? You know, when we're young, we really don't understand like we do now because it's special to you now.
Yes, yes.
And I'm not trying to answer the question for you, but when you went off, and I'm going to ask Ms. Yates the same thing, but did you realize what you left and the memories that you would hold dear later in life?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? This will always be home, and what the most special place ever. Yep.
I can tell. I tell you, you get emotional. Both of them are getting emotional here about it. I shouldn't have asked that question.
Oh.
So, Ms. Yates, you just answered the question. And but all these years later now, you knew then, and that's great for young kids because usually we don't appreciate.
Yeah.
I mean, look at kids today, and I'm not knocking any kids but I don't think children understand these kind of memories that we can share, and everybody watching right now has not this house, but where they grew up on a farm or whatever. It was special to them, but and now let's fast forward all these years. Now you can really absorb it, can't you?
Oh yeah, I mean we had a rock garden, and we made plants, and we got out and had parties, tea parties, ate watermelon, you know, and
Spit the seeds.
so, yeah.
Hey, who can spit the seed the furthest?
That's right.
Miss Yates didn't even challenge that right there.
No. So it was, you know, and we played outside. We didn't stay inside. You know, we took a broom and made little rooms and that kind of stuff.
Play hopscotch.
Oh yeah, we played hopscotch. And I remember Grandmama had a tree out back of her forsythia plant, and if we misbehaved, she'd go break off a little switch. And boy, we'd straighten up real fast, so
That's
she
a
didn't have to
memory you
worry
have,
about.
isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know.
Well, we're about to get started here. Thank y'all so much. I just love you so much, Miss Yates, and I'm so glad to meet you, Kathleen.
I'm Heath Richter, and we just want to invite everybody to come on down to the Houston Clinic and check us out at our new facility. We've been in Dublin for a while now, obviously, but have a new office here, and we'd just like you to come down and see some of the new stuff we're offering. And if you need to get checked out, we'd be glad to do that for you. We've got able to do some ultrasound-guided injections now, and physical therapy, and just a little bit better space. So hopefully we can get you in and out of here a little bit quicker.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Okay, folks, thank you so much for coming today. This has been a long time in the making, and I do appreciate everybody coming. Our pastor's here, Cliff Morris, who is a short timer. He's got 24 years under his belt and is fixing to officially retire. So, Cliff, thanks for coming. We've got many of our elected officials here today. I see our chamber president, and I see a lot of the city council folks, and we appreciate you coming. Let me just give y'all a little quick history on this house. We've had this house in our church since 1993, and we've not been clear what we've wanted to do with it for over 30 years now. So we're still, but obviously everybody that lives in Dublin knows the situation, and our church did not want to dispose of the property, so we got the deacons to agree with the finance committee to set up a designated account to restore this house. And that process is easier said than done. Chris Morris is not here. I'd hoped he'd be here today, but Chris was my co-chairman. He's the guy that understands construction, and he found the group out of Sandersville who specializes in restoring old buildings, and they did a terrific job. And the process was to basically restore the roof. That was a little over 40 grand. And I got to talk about my Gold Star donors, and some of them are here. Ben and Pat Cochran, Don and Farrah Avery, Butch and Beth Freeman, and Tina Cochran. And I don't know if she knows that, but we did the roof. And there's the significance of that. It was a little over 40 grand. We did the roof, which enabled me to go to Miss Kathleen, who's going to be our honored guest here in a minute, and say to Miss Kathleen, our church has put our money where our mouth is. We've stepped up. Can you help us? She didn't bat an eye. We had the balance of the contract was $85,000, so you can do the math. We've spent a little under $140,000 on this project. So Kathleen came in she just one-upped us and came in with a check of $50,000. And that gave me the ability to go twist many of your arms around here, and I appreciate you stepping up and helping us. So that's the history of this process, and it was a process to get it all done, just because of the type of material we had to get and those kind of things. But it's been finished now for a couple months, and the church is going to pause and consider what we can do on the inside. But we're real excited and appreciate many of you supporting us in this effort. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to the lady who gave me the confidence to sign that contract, okay? Kathleen Wingard Rollins, come on up. Let's give her a hand. Thank you.
My mama called me last night from heaven and said, good Lord, what have y'all done? And she is so happy, and my grandmother, and my cousins out in Oregon. And I'm just here to thank y'all here today for everything you've done to make this a reality, and encourage those other people out there to get involved in the game. And I'll match anything that the city of Dublin or anybody will come up with to make sure we finish this project, because it's so important to the city, I think, because you're all such wonderful people here. And my mother loved Dublin, Georgia, and she loved this house, so it's coming back alive. And this guy did lots of hard work on it. Thank you, Guy. Thank each of you very, very much.
And let me give you a little history. And Gail, correct me if I goof up, but there were two Chivers. There were the Chivers that lived here, and there's another Chivers family, Otis, who were all members of First Baptist Church. And Otis and his wife donated the grand piano that we enjoy every Sunday morning at First Baptist Church. And Janelle, Miss Gail's mother, and Kathleen's mother, obviously was the family that involved in this house. So both of them were very active in our church. It's only appropriate, I think, that our church has this property now. So we're excited, and you know, when we start this inside process, I look around this room and I see a great opportunity for the Wayne and Ann Christian lobby. Oh man, the Martin and Kathy Christian study. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can see it happening.
You know, my grandparents were the first people married down here at the First Baptist Church. All 5 brothers and sisters were married right down there. And then my 2 sisters and I were married down there. And we all walked up the street and had our receptions in here. So it's just so full of memories.
We understand the value of life, and we want to help you live it to its fullest. At City of Hope Heart and Vascular Center, we're here to make your standard of living our #1 priority. Dr. Collins A. Kortang, MD, FACC, FSCAI, is a 5-board certified cardiologist admired for his empathetic approach to patient care. Dr. K is a former non-commissioned officer of the United States Combat Medical Corps. With the 2nd Infantry Division and the 101st Airborne Division, he's guided by his military values of loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and professionalism. He served his country, and now he's here to stay and serve his community. Dr. K specializes in internal medicine, echocardiography, nuclear cardiology, general adult cardiology, and interventional cardiology. Other areas of expertise include acute and chronic heart attack management, peripheral interventions to save legs from being amputated, heart rhythm abnormalities like atrial fibrillation. At City of Hope Heart and Vascular Center, we do your heart right. Call for an appointment today at 478-353-1970. Accepting new patients and walk-ins. Relax, Dublin. Dr. K and City of Hope has you covered. Dr. Collins A. Kortang, City of Hope Heart and Vascular Center, 207A, Fairview Park Drive in Dublin.